knowledge that is gained from books, from teachings, from seminars, in a way second-hand knowledge. Knowledge that comes to you and the way you are able to perceive, that is first-hand knowledge. It happened to me many years into homeopathic study and practice. As I was driving one day, it flashed to me, potentized remedies have dynamic effect only. They cannot have physical, physiological, pathological effect because the dose is so small, it cannot affect anything. So there must be something dynamic. This is what Hahnemann was talking about as dynamic or vital force. It just hit me one day. And from that moment I understood that it is the whole organism that is sick. The generals and the mentals that have to be looked at, because it's that shifts first before the organs and pathology comes into place. Thus the whole idea of holism and individualism became practical reality for me. The idea of central disturbance, which precedes local problems, became clear to me. Later on, I tried to understand Hahnemann's aphorism of the organon that says the mental state is most important. But what is mental state? Is it just a collection of symptoms? I understood, yes, there are symptoms, but behind these symptoms is the way one perceives reality, and that we call in homeopathy as one's delusion, the way you look at it. And then I understood the importance of the delusion chapter of the repertory, of how, for example, stramonium with the delusion of being alone in the wilderness, it can explain all the symptoms of stramonium, of fear, of terror, of craving for light and company, of running, of escaping, of horror. With one delusion, you can understand a whole lot. Then I tried to understand the delusion or the situation of each remedy's perception. All of this was my first step into understanding the whole man, my first step into what would later on turn out to be many steps towards understanding the state of being. All of this I put into the book, The Spirit of Homoeopathy, which even today, 25 years later, remains by far the most popular book that I ever wrote. In order that you understand future developments of my work, I think it is very important to read this book, The Spirit of Homoeopathy, because it is the starting point. With a foreword by respected Dr Kunzli, this book I strongly recommend that you read.